Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Okay guys, so we are moving on to the final of the star rites tonight. This is the Pleiadian Golden Woven Path Rite. So this is one of the rites that Natalie Alea had brought forth, and she actually had it come through in a dream. So it was during a time where she had lost her cat, and she went to sleep and had this crazy intense dream, and later on was telling me about the dream, and I was like, that sounds like a rite. And she was like, oh my god. So it ended up becoming what it is now, but she did meditate upon it and get more information about it. It's a very simple process. It's a very simple transmission, but I think that's because she had received it during sleep, so it wasn't like there was a whole bunch of stuff going on. So this one's literally light a candle and do forehead to forehead transmission. That's it. And that's basically what they do in Peru. So I feel like it's it does what it's meant to do, but there is a journey part. So I take you on a journey to the Pleiadian Golden Woven Path, and it's this beautiful long golden path that has been being added to. So it's like this little thread gets added every single time somebody is initiated into it. So when I did it, I saw this beautiful long golden, it kind of looks like my mesa cloth. It's golden though, and it had designs in it, and it looked like it had little symbols in it. Some of the symbols were complete, some of the symbols weren't, and that's because not everybody has been activated yet. So it's I think 500,000 years or 300,000 years. For 300,000 years, it's been getting more and more energy. It's been getting more and more people activated to it. So what it does is you add your thread into it, and you become a part of the lineage or the connection to this rite, and it helps to bypass the fourth dimension. So when we cross over, like her cat had crossed over, it helps us so that we don't get stuck in the fourth dimension, so that we're not hanging out like ghosts and get stuck there and do the whole reincarnating thing. It sends you directly from 3D to 5D. And it helps you to anchor more of that 5D vibration down here onto the earth now, so that we're not, staying stuck in lower vibrations. So I'll read the part to you, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. So this rite is an initiation into a practice that is 300,000 years old. I was initiated into this practice by Pleiadians, a white-haired woman and a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. They told me that every time someone was initiated into this rite, another golden thread was added to a long banner that stretched for miles. This initiation allows you to help those crossing over go directly to the fifth dimension by bypassing the third and fourth dimensions, by bypassing the paradigm of reincarnation cycles. Those that are crossing over to the fifth dimension are helping the earth and all of humanity ascend, as they hold the energy of the fifth, and they help raise our vibration, and they bring the reality of the fifth dimensional energies more into the physical world. So the Golden Woven Path is a representation of the lineage of beings in the past and continuing into the future who were initiated into this rite. I was told that it is an ancient 300,000-year-old rite given to humanity by the Pleiadians, and it's been building its energy for that time, for now in humanity's history, for the manifestation of fifth dimensional energies on Earth and humanity's ascension. This rite is to help those that cross over go directly to the fifth dimension. This can be any being, animal, plant, whatever. They are anchoring the fifth dimensional energy, and this helps us to raise our vibration and manifest 5D on Earth. This initiation rite follows after the Soul Star rite, and once you receive this initiation, you are connected to a lineage, both human and Pleiadian, that help people cross over to the fifth dimension. You are doing this mostly in the astral realm, but you may consciously do this too for any being that you know that has crossed over. So, when my mother was sick, I ended up doing this rite with her. But if somebody has passed over, or say somebody's dealing with a ghost, and you have, something going on in your house, and there's a dude here, or there's a lady here, or there's something here that's stuck here, you can give this rite to that being, or to that consciousness so that it can bypass being stuck in the fourth dimension and go right up to the fifth. Now, if you have like a plant that's dying, you have a pet that's dying, you have something that's not going to make it, you give it this right, and it helps it so that it goes to the fifth. And the more things that we send to the fifth dimension, instead of getting stuck in that fourth dimensional energy place, instead of getting stuck in that whole like reincarnation cycle thing, the more we're anchoring fifth dimensional energies, the higher the vibration is raising for the collective consciousness and for all of us. So it basically is a very simple process. There is not like a whole lot of information for me to share with you about it. Even the rite itself is going to be a little bit shorter than the other ones, so I'll probably do this one a little bit less than the others. But we'll see how long it actually takes me to do it, because I still open the vortex and I bring you all the way up to the Pleiadian guides. So there is a Pleiadian woman and a small child. Now, that was the thing about it, because it was a dream too. I feel like it's an androgynous child, because it's like shifted. You know what I mean? Like, I think Natalie had said at one point it was a girl, and then it was a boy, and then I saw a boy, and then other people have seen a girl, and it's like, it doesn't matter. It's just a blonde-haired little kid, okay? And it's Pleiadian. And basically, those are the guides. So I take you all the way up there, and we get to where like the guides are standing on each side of this big, huge golden woven path. And they are going to take you out onto the path to add your thread. Now, your thread may get added into a plain piece of the thread. It may get added into a place where there's a design. It may get added in with a symbol or something. You may not even see symbols. Everybody sees it their own way. So again, it's energy and frequency. And I say this all the time. We all take energy and frequency and look at it our own way. This is pink because you were taught it was pink. But you don't know that me and you see pink the exact same way. So it's the same thing with the energies. I feel like that's why so many people are like, oh, the Pleiadians are blonde-haired, blue-eyed, blah, blah, blah. I feel like they show up that way because we're comfortable with them that way, but they don't always have to show up that way. And I've seen them show up in different ways. Like, I haven't always seen them come, like, I've seen them be in light body, light ships. I haven't really seen them come as the blonde, blue-eyed thing, like, here, you know what I mean? I've seen them show up as that, but I usually see them as light. So again, it's how you are comfortable and however you're going to perceive your path for yourself. So basically, the path will be there. They'll take you out, they'll put your little thread in, and then you're added to it. And then anytime you want to do this with somebody, you do want to go through like some of the process of opening Warakocha, engulfing the initiate, like standing behind them for a minute, balancing their energies, and then you go to the front of them, you're going to light a candle, and then you're going to do forehead to forehead transmission. And that's basically it. It's a very simple, quick little thing. It doesn't need to be drawn out. It could literally take you like 30 seconds to a minute to get through the whole process. But I do it a little bit longer because I like to take people on the journey part of it. So it will probably be about 15-20 minutes or so, maybe longer. I never know. And every time I think it's going to be quick, it's like an hour long. So we'll see what happens, and it will let you know down below. I'll let you know how long the video actually ends up being. But if you're interested in doing this one, if you haven't already done it, I know some of you did, because if you did the star rites 1, 2, and 3, this was in there, okay? So you don't have to do it again unless you really want to. You totally can, but like I said, it's a quick one. I think we'll see, and it basically can be given to anything. So I did the whole process of opening Warakocha and all of that. If it was a plant or something, you don't need to go through all of that process. You can just close your eyes and intend, open Warakocha over the plant, send that intention to the plant that they're receiving the rite, and have the Pleiadian guides and masters work with them and bring the consciousness of the plant to cross over. So like when my mother was sick, she couldn't talk or anything, so I ended up doing it with her in the hospital bed, and I couldn't do like forehead to forehead normal, so I went to the head of her bed and did forehead to forehead while she was laying down. Like her head was right here, facing that direction, and so I just did forehead to forehead that way, and that way I knew she wouldn't get stuck, you know, coming back around here or getting stuck as the fourth dimensional energy and entities. And they can still come and go. Like, it's not like it's kicking them out. Like, they can still come visit, but they don't get stuck. You know, there's the people that get stuck. And those are the ones that, like, do the same thing over and over. It's like you hear footsteps and you hear, like, doors closing and stuff. I've had a lot of ghost issues. And I've dealt with a lot of people who've had ghost issues. But it's because they're stuck. So this helps to get rid of that. So if you are dealing with that, again, you don't need to sit down with the ghost and be like forehead to forehead. You can just close your eyes and intend, because most of this is done in the astral anyways. So you could, you know, like verbalize like the journey that I'm going to do for you. Basically, as long as you open that vortex, you're protected, you're good, and you bring yourself all the way up to the Pleiadian energies, and you can just intend in your mind that you're going to be brought to the emissaries that are going to be the guide for this path, and that you're brought to the path. So then they just bring you up there, and you can just kind of allow yourself to go. You don't have to overthink it or anything like that. You get there, let the guides take you out, add your little thread, and then come back and go back down through the vortex into your body. Okay, guys, so that is what I'm going to do now. Hopefully this will be enjoyable for you if you are somebody that decides to do it. And if you've already done it, thank you very much for doing it, because that means you're anchoring more of that fifth dimensional energy here, and you're helping other people. And don't be afraid to use it. You know, like if you see a situation, or you know of a situation where it would be beneficial, do it. You don't have to go do crazy stuff. You can just close your eyes and intend to do it, okay? So thank you very much, and Munay, namaste. I almost forgot. So because this is the last one, I wanted to check in with you guys and let you know that Alcyon Light Healing is coming. I've written out the 7 level, like, I have a manual that's going to be like basically an overview of what we're going to do, because a lot of what I'm going to do is like what we just did with the Munay-ki and what we did with the Starrites. So I will come on and I will talk to you and I will teach you a lot of stuff. There's 7 levels. And so 7 levels of a lot of stuff. And there's going to be information on how to do automatic writing, on how to do trans-channeling, on how to do tarot card readings, how to do your own activations, how to do your own classes and workshops. Basically, there's going to be a little bit of everything that I know how to do, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. And I'm going to do a lot of it here for free, and then there will be some activations that you can do on Vimeo, just like we did the activations here, but there will also be free meditations on here, so you'll be able to, you know, stay with Alcyon Light Healing whether or not you're paying or you're just doing it for free. If you want to get the like Alcyon Light Healing certificate at the end, then you want to, you know, do the paid parts too, and it's going to be on like a I trust you type of thing, because I'm not going to like be on to everybody's butt and be like, did you do this? Did you do that? I just don't want to do all that. It's like, I don't think many people would lie to me that they did the whole process if they didn't. And I could really check if I wanted to. But I feel like just doing it on the honor system would be the best way to do it. There's also going to be bonus work every week, or not every week, but every level. And I feel like every level is going to be different. Some of the levels will be like, you know, 4 or 5 weeks long, and some levels will be like a couple weeks long. It just depends on how much time I get in front of the camera, and how much time it takes me to do these activations and to do these meditations and to teach you everything I know. And it's not everything I know, because I know there's going to be more levels that come later. But for now, it's 7 levels. It's a lot of information, and there's going to be a lot of good stuff for you guys for free. So stick around, and thank you for doing this with me if you did. And even those of you who just watched and learned, thank you for doing it with me. And I do plan to do more, and I do plan to get that Pick a Pile past life up for you guys too. So thank you very much. In Munay, namaste.